Attention duelists. Phoenix here, bringing you a delayed Master Duel Monday. Watch and learn. Delayed because of having technical issues that went so long into trying to fix them that I had to take someone to the hospital. Someone was not me, but I'm here now. So, we also get to display the new way to spectate, where we get to actually look and get an idea for what we're going to be seeing before we see it. I think this is great because this means we can increase the variety of what we see and maybe choose some matchups that look a bit more exciting. So, given this the real right quick once over, I think I want to watch this match here featuring Dark World and Labyrinth. I've still yet to see any Dark World players, so it'll be fun for all of us, won't it? Player activates Salamander Catalyzer, revealing Brow, summons Catalyzer, pitches Brow, Brow is pitched, lets him draw, summons the Fabled Raven, which will pitch Lucent and Shadal Beast in order to bump itself by level and attack points. Lucent and Beast's effects will activate. Beast lets him draw another card. Lucent summons itself. Bestial Baldrake will then banish Shadal Beast, summon itself. Danger Nessie will reveal itself, be pitched. Its effect will activate. Add Danger Chupacabra to hand. Activate Chupacabra's effect. It is discarded. Its effect then activates, targeting Nessie. Summon Nessie. Fabled Raven and Catalyzer will then link together for Nightmare Cerberus. Pass turn. Not exactly an impressive end board. Player does only have an 8-card extra deck. I'm deeply worried for them. Opponent activates Pot of Extravagance. Draws 2. Summons Arion. Arion's effect will add Labyrinth Stovey Torby. Uses Stovey's effect, pitching itself and Lady Labyrinth in order to set the Labyrinth. Activates it. Sets 3. Reveals the lady in hand, activating her effect to summon herself. Discards Coup Clock, which lets them activate their set Big Welcome Labyrinth this turn. Lady Labyrinth's effect will activate to set a normal trap of a different name. It sets Dimensional Barrier. Big Welcome will summon Lovely Labyrinth from the deck. Bounces Arion back to hand. Big Welcome's given the effect to pop by Labyrinth. Lovely's effect will activate. Stovey Torby's will activate from the grave, putting itself on board. Lovely will pop the Baldrake. Then she will use her effect to reset the Big Welcome. Moves to battle, swings over Lucent. Salamander's effect will activate, adding itself back to hand. Pass it to the Dark World. Draws Ogopogo. Use its effect, it does reveal itself. It was discarded then, which will send away Thunderbird. Summons Salamander, switches Nessie to defense mode. Opponent activates Dogmatica Punishment. Lady's effect will chain, set a different trap, setting Ice Dragon's Prison. Punishment sends away Entis, popping the Catalyzer. Labyrinth will activate. Lovely will activate. Entis will chain. Pops Nessie. Labyrinth summons the other Lovely. Labyrinth player has lethal on board. Dark World player has absolutely nothing. Switches to attack mode, goes right to battle, and wraps this one up. Don't think that was the most efficient Dark World deck. Although we do appreciate the spirit. Let's check out what's going on here with the Master Cerberus and Endymion stuff. Alright, got some draw power in hand. Opponent go activates Jack in the hand, revealing some Drytron cards. Our duelist, A, takes Zeta Aldaba, and the opponent gets unknown. Player activates Drytron Nova. Special summoning Zeta Altiva. Uses the effect of Alpha Thubin, attributing it to summon itself. Adds to the hand a Morphactor Pain, the Imagination Drake Overlord. Summons Diviner of the Herald, who sends away the Arclight Herald. This lets them add Ben 10. Zeta Altiva's effect will activate, tributing Ben 10 from the hand to summon itself, adding Medionis Drytron to hand. Ben 10's effect will activate, adding Guiding Ariadne to hand. The Drytrons on board will overlay to make Mu Beta Fafnir. Fafnir will use its effect, sending away a card, which is Delta Alteus. Alteus will tribute Gamma in hand to summon itself. Reveals the Medionis Drytron in hand, gets to draw a card, activates Medionis Drytron, targeting Ben 10, detaches the unit from Mu Beta in order to use that as the cost to summon Ben 10. Ben 10 and Herald will then overlay to make Beatrice Lady of the Eternal. Beatrice will detach Diviner as material, send a card to the graveyard, and they sent Terminal World. Alright. Little weird. Medionis Drytron will turn itself to hand by dropping Delta Alteus' attack power, sets the pendulum scale with Guiding Ariadne, summons Gamma by tributing the Delta, and also brings Alpha Thuban with it. Then Alpha and Beatrice will link together to make Barricade Borg blocker. Barricade Borg will pitch the Amorphactor in order to activate its effect during the end phase, activates Medionis Drytron, tributing Gamma and Zeta to make the Amorphactor Pain. Its effect will activate. Mu Beta and Barricade Borg will then link together. Make Auroradon. Auroradon will summon the little tokens. Use its effect, tribute 1 and Ariadne. Ariadne's effect will activate, which was, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, reveal 3 counter traps in your deck. Your opponent chooses 1 to add to your hand. He added Parthian Shot because he revealed 3 of them. At the end of the battle phase, it becomes the end phase of this turn, so your opponent does not get a main phase 2. And he used Phantom Beast effect to pop that. This is different. Definitely different. During the end phase, Barricade Board blocker will add Terminal World back to hand. Pass to the Endymion player. Kind of thinking a Morphactor Pains effect to skip the opponent's main phase 1. Then the Parthian Shot, so there is no main phase 2. During the end phase, player activates Called By, targeting Ben 10. The only play he can do. That is gross. Drytron player activates Cyber's Emergency, adding Medionis Draconids. The Alpha Thuban in the grave will tribute a Morphactor, summon itself, add Ben 10. Medionis Drytron will drop Alpha's attack points, add itself back to hand. Activates Medionis. Pitching Draconids to summon back the Amorphactor. Amorphactor's effect will activate again. The 2 Phantom Beast tokens will link together to make IP Masquerena. Activates Terminal World. Links together IP Alpha and the Mecha Phantom Beast to make Boral Sword Dragon. Swings with the Morphactor, uses Boral Sword's attack. Uses Boral Sword's effect, turning a Morphactor to defense mode, thus giving itself 2 attacks, which is lethal and game. Huh. That was gross. That was gross what he did to that man. See what's going on with this Scareclaw player. Not the worst start, not the best. Opponent reveals Bestial Lubellion using its effect, pitching itself, adding Magnamut to hand. Use the effect of Assault Synchron, summoning itself, taking 700. Magnumut's effect, banishing Lubellion, summoning itself. Magnumut will then be banished for Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon, which means its effect to summon Bestial Baldrake. Baldrake and Assault Synchron will sync together. Make Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler's on summon will activate. Gets a hit, adds Bestial Lubellion, sends the rest away. Tributes the Chaos Ruler to summon Bestial Lubellion. Chaos Ruler's effect will activate, banishing. Tick. Assault Synchron was banished to summon back Chaos Ruler. And Lubellion's effect will set Branded Beast on board. He banishes Chaos Space from the graveyard to add Bestial Lubellion from the banished back to the deck. Bestial Lubellion on board and Chaos Ruler will link together to make Knight Romulus. Romulus is on summon, will add Dragon Ravine. Activates the Ravine, using its effect, pitching an Ash Blossom to send away an Abso Router Dragon, which will let them add Rocket Recharge to hand. Normal summons Rocket Recharger, links it off for Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon adds Boot Sector Launch to hand. Striker Dragon uses effect, target itself, destroying itself, adding Rocket Recharger back to hand. Rocket Recharge effect will then let itself be discarded, summon back Chaos Ruler. Swaps out the Dragon Ravine for Boot Sector. During the end phase, Magnumut lets them add Wyver Buster. And pass. Not an impossible board to break. Player just another Scareclaw Blown. Moves to battle. Moves to end of battle. Activates evenly matched. Player keeps Red Eye's Darkness Metal. Summons Balone. Specials out the other Balone to the zone adjacent to it. Links off the first one for Scareclaw Lightheart. Lightheart's effect will attempt to activate. Opponent activates Ash Blossom. It is allowed to resolve. Player activates Reichphobia, which will add Visa Starfrost. Starfrost effect. Pop the Lightheart, summon itself. Lightheart will then resummon itself to the board. Lightheart then links itself away for another Lightheart. Lightheart's effect will activate again, adding Reichphobia. Not a hard one to return. Then all three of his monsters are going to link together for Scareclaw Triheart. Triheart's on summon, turn Darkness Belt to defense mode. Target Balone, summon that to the field, add Reichheart to the hand. Special at Reichheart. Reichheart adds Scareclaw Straddle. And lets him add Hat Tricker. Use the Reichphobia to pop the Darkness Metal. Links away all of his monsters again for Triheart once more. Triheart's on summon will activate again. Target Balone. Add another Reichheart. Set 3 and pass. That last bit seems unnecessary. Activate Scareclaw Splash during the opponent's draw phase. Opponent finishes a Dark Monster, summon Wyver Buster. Triheart turns to defense mode. Wyver Buster is then linked off for Guard Dragon Pisty. Wyver Buster's effect will activate to add Collapse Serpent. Collapse Serpent will banish a Lubellion, summon itself. Is turned to defense mode, links his two dragons together, makes Delingerous Dragon. Collapse Serpent will let them add another Wyver Buster to hand. Moves to battle. Delingerous swings into Triheart. Duelist B has nothing. Scareclaw wins due to time limit, apparently. The time limit part is the most unexpected. Okay, let's see. Not seeing anything particularly new there, so let's get a reset on that. And there is no reset, so I'll just hit the random button. See what that gets me. We got dinos. Summon Soul Eating Oviraptor. Opponent will immediately Ash Blossom it. Responsible thing to do. Chains Artifact Lancia to that. Dino player passes. Hard shutdown. Dual speed, draws for turn, activates. Oh god, it's tier. Tier element Scream. Summons Marilee. Marilee's effect will activate. Chain to the tier element Scream effect. Mill a few. Mill some more. Cards were hit, such as Havness and Agido. Mill some more. Havness will do a fuse. Fusing itself with a Marilee in the grave. Making Kit Kalos. Kit Kalos on summon effect. Kelbeck from the grave. Mill more. Adds another Marilee to hand. Rhinoheart in the grave will activate, as will Sulliak and Sharon. Sharon will fuse itself with Kit Kalos from the board. Make Rukalos. Sulliak will add Havness. And Rhinoheart will add itself, summon itself by pitching a card. Marilee was pitched, so her effect will activate to a fuse. Chain to Rhinoheart's on summon. Marilee and Grave fuse with Havness in hand. Make another Kit Kalos. Rhinoheart send away Marilee. Move to battle. Rhinoheart swing over the Overraptor. Rukalos go direct. Kit Kalos follow up. Marilee for the third one. During the end of battle phase, player activates evenly matched. Opponent activates tier element Heartbeat. Heartbeat will spin the Scream, pitch a card. Player keeps Rukalos. Dino player's turn. Activates Lost World. Specials out Dino Wrestler Pankratops. Lost World effect will activate. Rukalos will chain. Pankratops will chain to that, distributing itself to pop Rukalos. Goodbye, Rule. Rukalos will destroy the Lost World. Rukalos was sent to the graveyard by a card effect, will resummon itself. Activates Double Evolution Pill, banishing Pankratops and Maxi from the grave, summoning UTC. Sorry, UCT. UCT will pop Baby Ceratosaurus in hand, flip Rukalos, that summons solely to Overraptor, who will add Miscellaneosaurus. Pitches Miscellaneosaurus to get its protections effect. Miscellaneosaurus and Overraptor will banish from the grave to summon Petit Pteranodon. Overraptor will pop that, summon Baby Ceratosaurus. Petit Pteranodon will summon Scraptor. Scraptor will pop Baby Ceratosaurus. Baby Ceratosaurus will summon Giant Rex. Giant Rex and Scraptor are going to link together for Scrap Wyvern. Scrap Wyvern will summon back Scraptor. Scraptor is popped. Scraptor's on pop will add Scrap Chimera. Summon Scrap Chimera. Scrap Chimera summon back Scraptor. Scrap Chimera and Solid Overraptor will overlay for Gallant Granite. Gallant Granite will detach Scrap Chimera, add Nemesis Keystone. Then Scrap Wyvern and Gallant Granite are going to link together to make Nightmare Unicorn. Unicorn effect, pitching the Keystone, spinning Rukalos. Nightmare Unicorn and Scraptor link together. Make Access Code Talker. Access Code, target Unicorn, gain 3,000 attack points. Swing UCT, swing Access Code for game. Dinos beat tier. Oh, cool. There's an autoplay function. That saves me a lot of time. They really were looking out for number one out here, you know? But of course it's me. Same manner of Floodgator. Activates Pot of Extravagance, banish 6, draw 2, that's gross. Activates level limit area B, sets anti-soul, anti-spell, and summon limit. Opponent activates Pot of Desires, banish 10. Anti-spell fragrance is activated. Player reveals Danger Thunderbird. Summon limit will chain. The card hit was not Thunderbird, it was Battle Fader. Thunderbird is summoned. Grenmaju is summoned. Grenmaju swings direct for 4,000, sets 2 cards, and passes. Floodgate player sets 2, can't activate their own Raigeki due to anti-spell, so it looks like they're cooked on board. Drew a Swarm effect, banish Battle Fader, summon itself. Another Thunderbird effect. Card revealed was Gamma Seal, it is summoned. Activates Branded Beast, tributing their I can't remember. Just happened. Tributing Drew a Swarm to pop a card on board, which was summon limit. Then overlays Thunderbirds in order to summon Heretic Sky Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis. Summon. On summon, Solemn Judgment. Goodbye, Heliopolis. Swings with Grand Magi for game. The same win condition they had at the start of their turn. They just added more steps. Albaz, Exosister, Witchcrafter. I think there's a new wave of bots coming out these days. Anyway, player activates Magician Soul, sending away Dark Magician. Discarding Magician Souls, summon the Dark Magician. Sets 2 back row and pass. Player activates Witchcrafter Creation, adding Golem Aruru. Specials out Ecclesia, using her effect, tribute herself. Summon the Iris Sword Soul. Summons Fallen of Albaz, discarding Schemata. Uses Fallen of Albaz with Dark Magician. Makes Mudragon of the Swamp. Mudragon declares Light. Mudragon will swing. Magician player activates Eternal Soul, summoning the Dark Magician. Main phase 2. Magician player activates the Dark Magic Arts. Secrets of Dark Magic. I know card names. Making the Dark Magicians. The Iris Sword Soul will then use its effect to destroy the Dark Magicians. The Dark Magicians was destroyed, which will summon back the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. Magician player uses Eternal Soul. Mudragon will chain. Declaring Light. Thousand Knives is added to hand. Moving to battle, Dark Magician will swing. Witchcrafter Golem Aruru will summon itself. Dark Magician will crash against the Iris Sword Soul. Dark Magician Girl will swing over Mudragon. Main phase 2, Magician player sets 1, and Ecclesia will add herself back to hand during the end phase. Player draws Foolish Burial, activates it, sending away the Iris Sword Soul. Witchcrafter Schemata will banish herself. Hang on just a tick. Banish herself, send away the Witchcrafter By Street. Golden Sword Soul, not the Iris Sword Soul, that's the one that was destroyed, will be banished to summon back the Iris Sword Soul. There she is. Eternal Soul will then chain, summon back Dark Magician. Magician's Robe will then summon itself back from the grave. Player summons Ecclesia, tributes her, which summons Fallen of Albaz. Summons Exosister Martha. Overlays the 2 into Exosister Michaelis. Michaelis effect. Does not get to add a card. Instead, she will banish the set card. Chained. So she adds Carpe Divum. Activates Carpe Divum. Moves to battle. The Iris Sword Soul will swing over Dark Magician Girl. Aruru will swing over Dark Magician. And Michaelis will swing at Magician's Robe. And then Carpe Divum will pop the Eternal Soul. If you could have done this in a different order, it would have been much more efficient. Then Iris and Aruru will make Zombie Vampire. Attaches Iris Sword Soul. Both players mill 4. Summons back a card, which will be Exosister Ellis. I'm fumbling names hard on this one. Player activates Piercing Darkness. Piercing the Darkness. Banishes Soul Servant to draw 2 cards. Cards removed from the graveyard, so Ellis will chain. Maxi chains to Ellis. Ellis used as 1 card material for Exosister Rosophiel. Carpe Divum will activate, declaring Dark Magic Circle. Asophiel will chain. Dark Magic Inheritance will chain to that, banishing 2 to add a spell that mentions Dark Magician, which is Dark Magical Circle. Asophiel's effect is in effect. Dark Magic Circle is activated, but is negated on activation and can't use its effects. Magician Souls will send away the Illusion of Darkness, summon the Dark Magician back from the graveyard. Piercing the Darkness effect will activate to draw a card. Dark Magic Circle will attempt to resolve after that. Is still negated. Piercing the Darkness does get a card. Activates Thousand Knives, destroying the zombie vampire. Activates Magicalized Fusion, fusing off 5 for Quintet Magician. Quintet Magician will swing at Exosister Michaelis. Exosister Carpe Diem will chain to pop Piercing the Darkness. Piercing the Darkness will not be able to resolve as a result of it being off board. Both Exosisters are destroyed by the Magicians. Player draws Invocation. Summons Ecclesia, using her effect. Summoning the Golden Sword Soul, set Invocation, and pass. I feel like the bag was fumbled somewhere along the line. Magician player activates Chaos Form, using Dark Magician to summon from the hand Magician of Chaos. Dark Magic Circle will chain. Magician of Chaos will chain, using a once per turn to pop a back row. Cards are banished. Magician of Chaos swings over the Golden Sword Soul, and Quintet will go direct. Passing turn is 1 card enough. They draw Magician's Defense. It is not. Passes it back to the Dark Magician player. Moves right to battle. Swings with Quintet for game. Who would have thought running 3 distinct archetypes in one deck would not be efficient? This is a self-destruct deck. Activates Cauldron of the Old Man. Activates Hippo Carnival. Summon 3 Hippo tokens. Cauldron will resolve, getting a counter. Activates Toll. Maybe it's not self-destruct. Maybe it's stall. Some kind of stall. The Old Man will give him 500 life points. Sets an imperm and passes. Player activates Spiral Flame Strike, adding an Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. Sets it in the scale. Activates another Spiral Flame Strike, popping the Cauldron. Sets in the other scale, White Wing Magician. Scale 1 to 8, Pendulum Summons. Purple Poison Magician. Supreme King Gate Infinity, 2 of them. They both will destroy each other and summon Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion. Imperm will activate in response, targeting the purple poison. Pendulum player will pass turn. I hate the alliteration I made there. Lava Golem will tribute both monsters on the opponent's board and summon itself. Pass turn. Lava Golem will burn. Dual Speed activates Raigeki. Goodbye, Hippos. Lava Golem goes to attack mode. Swings. Toll makes him pay 500. Discards Raging Storm Dragon to negate the attack. Player then Pendulum summons Gate Infinity, which pops itself in Lava Golem, to summon Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Player draws Chain Energy, activates it. Dual Speed, Pendulum summons. Chain Energy makes him pay 500 for it. It's an Arc Rebellion Dragon. They both are sent to the extra deck to summon Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. Swings with it. Passes turn. This is a tax player. Chain Energy makes him pay 500 to set their Ash Blossom. They are on the back foot. Dual Speed Pendulum summons. White Wing Magician. Starving Venom will copy the effect of Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion. Swings over the set card. White Wing then swings. Pass turn. Player draws Ghost of a Grudge. Has to pay 500 to set it. Pendulum player moves right to battle. Swings with White Wing. And the follow-up with the Venom. And who would have thought a deck that actually summons beats a deck that doesn't really do anything? I'd say he tried, but his deck's kind of built around not trying. We got tunes. Activates Tune Table of Contents, adding Tune Bookmark. Activates the bookmark, adding Page Flip. Activates Tune Kingdom. Herald of Greenlight will chain, pitching an Honest. Goodbye, Tune Kingdom. Tune player has to pass. Sad. Sets Guiding Ariadne. Second time we've seen her today. And sets 3. So counter fairies? Player sets Tune Briefcase and passes. Pass back to the counter fairies. Set their 4th card and pass. Oh, Guarding Ariadne lets them ignore the activation costs for counter traps. That's neat. Tune player has to pass. Counter fairies player summons Power Angel Valkyria and swings, then passes. Draws Dark Ruler no more. Specials out Tune Cyber Dragon. Passes. Power Angel Valkyria goes to defense mode. Passes. High octane stuff here. Tune player moves to battle. Swings. Negate attack is activated. Passes. Counter fairies. Reset a new card. Back full up. Almost full up. Tune player draws Tune Harpy Lady. Summons her. Solemn Judgment activates in response. Does not have to pay the cost. Goodbye, Harpy Lady. Moves to battle. Tune Cyber swings over Power Angel. Passes. Sets a card. Passes. Be a lot more entertaining if they actually had something to counter. Player sets a card, swings with Tune Cyber. Passes. Passes. During the end phase, activates Scapegoat. Magic Drain activates in response. They do discard a spell card to stop the Magic Drain, so they do get the 4 goats. Ah. Now what are you going to do with them tokens? One sheep token is linked off to make Link Spider. Another sheep token is linked off for a Linkaribo. Link Spider and a third sheep token are going to link together to make Ferocious Flame Swordsman. Moves to battle, Ferocious Flame will swing, Tune Cyber follows up, and Linkaribo for the third. Dual speed draws. Set card pass. Not really a counter trap for just getting beat to death. Moves right to battle, swings with Tune Cyber. There's Negate Attack. During main phase 2, activates Tune Table of Contents. In response, a showdown of the Secret Scent Scroll techniques is activated, negating and destroying. Counterfairs is not able to generate advantage off of their own play. Opponent activates Tune Briefcase, shuffling back the Herald of Orange Light that was just summoned. Activates Sanctum of Parshath. Sanctum of Parshath will target 3 cards, put them back in the deck. That's a third card, so they have 3 counter traps. Passes. Player summons Max C, links it away for Salaman Great Almirage. Almirage and the Ferocious Flame Swordsman will then link together. Make Decode Talker. Moves to battle. Decode will swing. Forbidden Droplet will chain, sending away 1 card. reducing the attack points of Link Karibo, I guess just for something to do, and Decode Talker will win it in a drug out 15-turn battle. Toon beats counter traps. And I can't help but feel like we all lost. Numerons with Morphing Jar. Opponent summons Keeper of Dragon Magic, which will pitch Shadal Falco. Imperm is dropped on the Keeper. No thing for you. Duelist B passes. Duelist A has everything they need to win on board. Activates Imperm again, targeting the Keeper. Activates Numeron Network. Network will send away Numeron Calling. Summon the 4 gates. Move right to battle. Gate 1 swings against Keeper, double the attack stat. Gate 2 swings over Keeper, double the attack stat. Gate 3 and Gate 4 for lethal. Gross. But much faster than the last match. We take our little victories wherever we may find them. What in God's name is this? Opponent activates Branded Opening. Summoning Aluber. Adds Branded Fusion. Branded Fusion will activate, sending away Fallen of Albaz and Bastille Rebellion, making Albion. Albion will fuse Aluber with Fallen of Albaz, make Lubellion. Lubellion will pitch Branded in white, fuse itself with Fallen of Albaz, make Mirror Jade. Albion will be tributed for Bastille Rebellion. Bastille Rebellion will set Branded Beast. Albion in the end phase will set Branded Banishment. Player activates Feather Duster. Branded Banishment will chain, targeting Albion. Albion is summoned in attack mode. That's a mistake. Player then tributes 3 monsters to summon Raw Sphere mode. Sets a card, passes during the end phase. Albion will set Branded Fusion, and Mirror Jade does not have a board to wipe. Duelist B activates Branded Lost, then activates Branded Opening, by Branded Fusion, fusing Albaz with Mercurier to make Rindabrum. Branded Lost lets him add Blazing Cartesia to hand. Cartesia's effect will activate. Player activates Threatening Roar now. Might as well. Cartesia's on board. Battle phase doesn't happen. During the end of the turn, Sphere mode goes back to Duelist A. Turn Sphere mode to defense mode. Passes. Probably wishes he didn't have that on board right now. Can't use Lightning Storm. Branded player sets a card, uses Druis Worm. Max C will chain to the Druis Worm. Max C resolves. Druis Worm on board. Card was banished. Lets him add Albion the Shrouded. Albion the Shrouded will send away a trap card from the deck, put itself back, draw a new card, banishes Branded Retribution, adds back the Branded in white, activates Branded in white, using Albaz and Mirror Jade from the graveyard to make Mirror Jade. Branded Lost lets him add Tri-Brigade Mercurier to hand. Mirror Jade will banish Albion in order to, send away Albion in order to get rid of the Sphere mode. Swing Druis Worm, swing Rindbrum, and Mirror Jade for game. An actual deck beats whatever that guy was trying to do. We may never know. We got punks. Opponent activates Pot of Desires, banishing 10. Draws 2. Uses the Ashuna. Tenyi Spirit Ashuna, summoning itself. Links itself away. For Monk of the Tenyi. Summon Sword Soul Taya. Taya will banish the Ashuna. Summon a token. Token and Taya will sync together. Make Chixiao. Taya's effect from the graveyard will chain. Chixiao will chain. Chixiao chain 1. Taya sending away Vishuda. Chixiao adding Long Wan. Long Wan effect, pitching at Hara, summoning itself and a token. Those two will sync together. For Baron. Passes turn, player sets. Sorry, I had to check something. Player sets a card, then passes, activates Bistol Rebellion's effect, Ash Blossom will chain. Emergency teleport chains to the Ash Blossom. Baron de Fleur chains to the E-Telly to negate. No to that, and no to that. Activates Triple Tactics talent, taking control of an opponent's monster, stealing Baron, summoning Zeaman. Chixiao will chain, banishing Long Wan. They should have tried to use the pop first. Baron will now use its effect to pop Chixiao. Destrudo activates effect, targeting Zeaman, summoning itself, modulating its level. Saronir will banish Chixiao, summon itself. Saronir is tributed for Bestial Rebellion. Saronir will send away Branded Regained. Lubellion will attempt to use its effect, hit by Imperm. Zeaman and Lubellion will then sync together for Psychic and Punisher. Psychic and Punisher will pay 1,000 life points, get rid of Destrudo and the Monk, then moves to battle. Pep gets much bigger, swings for game. Actually pulled it off. That is surprising. We got Pendulums. Summon Silver Claw, activate Spiral Flame Strike, adding Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Pass. Oh dear God, it's the starter deck. This poor man. Pot of Desires from the opponent. Banish 10, draw 2. Tributes the Silver Claw to summon Gamma Seal. Activates Fire Formation Tensu, setting 2 and passing. Maybe it's not over. Tributes Gamma Seal for Stargazer. No, it's over. Player activates the Fire Formation Tenki, adding Ancient Warrior's Masterful Sun Mo. Tensu, let him summon. I need the thing up to know their names. Sun Mo. There it goes. Adds Ingenious Zhuge Kong. Zhuge Kong is then summoned by revealing itself. Sun Mo lets him bounce the Stargazer. Tributes Zhuge Kong to summon Savage Dan Ying. Adds Rebellious Lu Feng. Summons Lu Feng. Swings with all of his Ancient Warriors. Duelist A at 900. Not a chance in hell. Oh yeah. This is over. This is so over. Sets it Odd Eyes Unicorn. Passes turn. Sun Mo gets rid of the Fire Formation card to add Valiant Zhengde. Valiant will summon itself. Sun Mo will bounce the set monster. Swing for game. Well, viewer, we've been experiencing the new Duel Live setup. I'm appreciating all the things it does for me and my series here. And I hope you all enjoy the content that I'm making with it. That being said, that's going to be the end of this video. If you caught the stream, thanks for watching. Catching the replay, thanks for that too. Goodbye.